Hi, I'm Courtney from ITV, and today I'm doing a product review on the Walker Sprayer R700. I will be interviewing William. How are you, William?
I'm excellent, Courtney. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good, thank you. So today I want to start off with a demo and see how this sprayer works.
So this is the newest sprayer on the market, Courtney. It bridges the gap between large vehicles that are rigged with $10,000 units all the way up to $50,000 and small backpack sprayers. What this does is it bridges that market, and it brings something from a high-quality professional grade spraying tool to the average person who wants to get into that space, or either to spray soluble fertilizers or herbicides and pesticides at a rapid rate that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do with the fine droplets and the low gallons per minute that you'd find in the backpack sprayers. So I'll give you a quick demo. It's battery operated. You can get through probably about 15 to 20 jobs under 4,000 square feet in a day. If you want to get an upgrade for the battery and do more jobs, 35 jobs in a day, we do have an upgrade, all those jobs being under 4,000 square feet. It's got a good gallon per minute and pretty high PSI pump on it, and it runs about a 7-gallon tank, which we've configured to sort of fit an average 50-foot lot that has a boulevard front lawn and back lawn. So it's a fairly large sized lawn as is. It's got about a 40-foot hose on it. So what you do is it's mobile, you roll it out, park it somewhere on the lawn, preferably at a corner or someplace. You can grab your hose, you drop your hose, and you grab your gun. And what's unique about this thing is it has, first of all, great PSI in gallons per minute. So you can spray, very adaptable. And when you're done spraying and say a client comes out to talk to you and you need to stop immediately, all you do is let go of the gun and the whole system shuts off. So essentially the motor is being run by the pressure in the hose, and when the pressure in the hose is released via your hand here, the motor turns back on. So you could be 40 feet away, this way or that way, and have all of a sudden an emergency or a client come up to talk to you, and you don't have to have your pressure system building up, hoses breaking in your face, you running back to shut it off, and then running back over to speak to the client. You're ready to go at the flick of your wrist and the closing of your palm. Very versatile in that sense.
So would you consider the Walker Sprayer R700 the most ideal spraying tool to bridge the gap between the larger boom and reel operated spraying systems and the small backpack and handheld sprayers?
That's precisely what it is. I mean, it bridges that space nicely, and it does it at a fraction of the cost. The cost of a vehicle that you might operate with a rigging system, you can just do the math in your head. A good reel, a hand-aim reel, is going to run you $2,500. And then you need to buy a hose to run that reel, to run the fluid out 200 or 300 feet. That's going to cost you $200-300. A good hose, maybe $400. Then you're talking about a pump to run that PSI out through the hose, and that pump could run you anywhere from $500 to $1,000. You're looking for the motor to run that pump. Those motors, again, $500 to $1,000. You need to understand how to rig the whole thing, and you need to buy a large tank. With this unit, you can be, an amateur, somebody who hasn't been started in the market, wants to have the PSI and the gallon per minute flow. They just acquire this product. Typically, it runs for about $19.99, just under $2,000 there, and discounted right now at about $12.99 as we've just come into this Canadian market. Like I mentioned earlier, we received the rights from it from a large U.S. company. We have the rights to all of Canada, and right now it's the hottest commodity, sort of in the lawn care provider that's doing the cutting, particularly in the residential space, where potentially they have to use backpack sprayers, which are inefficient to do the transition from, say, for example, front yard to backyard refills, because it only carries a small amount. Maybe you have back issues. Maybe the lawn is covered from wall to wall in weeds, and now you're taking a full hour to do a job, where this device, the Walker Sprayer R700, can do that job in about 1.5 minutes in the back, another 1.5 minutes in the front. You're out of the property in under 3 minutes. It's nice too if you do larger properties. You can get a diameter usually of about 80 feet, or you can change the adaptation of the hose on it if you need a larger hose. Get it out 100 feet, 200 feet, whatever you need. If you need more hose or what have you. Or, you know, what else is nice about it is if you need to get through a wooded area or through a fenced area, maybe a vehicle or a trailer can't get through there. So you have this large spraying apparatus, and now you can't hit a hard to reach space. This machine, you can roll it out, you can roll it as far as you want. Maybe you're a homeowner. Maybe you want to treat this like an aeration machine and go door to door in the spring. But it does all those eccentricities and those extras that maybe large rigs can't do at the same rate. And I'll give you another demo briefly here with the room that I have. And you can see how nicely it just covers the ground when you're ready. Like I said, you shut it off and it's ready to go.
So would you consider the Walker Sprayer R700 the first professional mobile sprayer comparable to a vehicle rigged with a real motor, pump, tank, and hose, considering all of these things?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's precisely what this is. It is a professional operated mobile sprayer system at the level of efficiency in the delivery system that you find in a very expensive vehicle. Yes.
And on average, how much would a person save purchasing this?
Well, like I said, if you're looking to get all those different components for a large rig on a vehicle, if you include the rig into that price, the truck or the trailer, you could be looking upwards of 20, 30, 40, 50,000. I mean, typically what you need with this to operate it is your trailer. If you're a lawn care professional, you can purchase a trailer. You put a tank on it, 100-gallon tank might cost you $500, and you're ready to go with this device. So now you're looking at, under $2,000 at our sale price right now, and you're off the ground spraying. Not to mention the use of the soluble fertilizer. If you can locate a distributor in your area, a fraction of the cost from the granular fertilizers, and you can customize your fertilizers all the same. You might find that you have more flexibility there to customize your fertilizers, agitate it in the tank, and now you're doing liquid applications and saving 80% of your cost.
So a person would pay under $2,000 for this product versus...
Under $2,000 actually for the product and the tank, which you would need to refill it if you were doing multiple jobs. If you're just a homeowner, maybe an acreage owner, you wouldn't even need the access tank. So now you're looking at under $1,500. Right now it's on sale because we've just moved into the Canadian market at $12.99 down from $19.99. And so essentially you can purchase the product if you're an acreage owner to do all the fertilizing and weed control on your acreage as well.
Compared to spending how much though?
Compared to spending, upwards of 5, 10, 15, 30,000, like I said.
So taking this all into consideration, would you say this is an excellent tool for agitating the mixture between being added into larger tanks on truck beds and or trailers?
Sure. I mean, it has, it's very versatile. You can easily take what we call the collection hose out, and you could add a $2 hose connector and an 8-foot extra bit of hose here. You could put it into your larger hose, into the opening of it. It pulls the fluid out of the larger hose, put your gun in the larger tank, and it can circulate the fluid via this machine, agitating the product or whatever you put in that tank. You can also move the fluid from the larger tank into this smaller tank by putting the hose extension in the larger tank and then placing this gun in here. Now you're refilling from the large tank to the small tank via the motor. You can also do that via gravity, which a lot of people like. As I mentioned to you earlier before the interview, you could put a 2-inch hose. It runs directly into your 7-gallon tank, and it could fill it in under 30 seconds.
Okay, so the unique pressure system solves 3 important problems in the lawn care space simultaneously. What are those 3 problems?
Well, what's unique about the pressure system on this is that it first of all solves the battery question. It is battery operated. So you want to have a system when you're having a battery operated machine that isn't draining the battery. Well, say for example, maybe you have the hose caught on something, you're speaking to a client, you've knocked over an ornament on the lawn and you're fixing it. You don't want that battery operated. So via the gun here, when you release the gun, obviously, now it's out of fluid here, but I'll just shut it off. And any case, I'm sorry, I actually have the hose out, I don't know what's going on. But typically it's going to shut off when you release that hose, as I demoed earlier. And that's just going to save the battery. The second major plus to the pressure system is the fact that you're not going to be running back and forth to the machine. And so if you do have a client that has come out to visit you or speak to you in the field, you don't have to run back, shut it off, and then run back to the client. And then when you want to get started again, come running back, turn it on, and run back to the hose. So you don't have to worry about, shutting it off. You can just shut it off by releasing the gun. And the final one is you don't have to deal with hose breaks. Because so much of the pressure that builds up in this hose controls the on-off switch of the motor, you never have to worry about pressure building up continuously and then breaking one of the hose connectors and having herbicide or liquid fertilizer explode in your face or in a client's face. And so the product is built in a very, very efficient and intelligent manner.
Awesome. So William, if you could tell a person one single reason why they should buy the Walker Sprayer R700 versus any other device, what would it be?
I think if you're getting started in the market, this is the tool. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You can start to look around for contraptions to enter into the spraying market. And first of all, I mean, some folks that I've spoken to, it takes years in some instances to figure out the right setup to use. Sometimes you can buy some skid setup, but you're looking at around $5,000 to do that. You're looking at a complex motor system, and usually in that complex motor system, you're going to be in that situation where you have to run back, shut the motor off. You're going to have lines popping in your face and all sorts of issues. I mean, what's great about this is the droplets are very coarse. The coverage is beautiful. If you're doing liquid fertilizer, it's outstanding. You just park it, you park it at the back lawn, you can fit into hard to reach places. So if you need to wheel it out a couple hundred feet into some wooded area, a truck or a vehicle might not be able to get back there. You might have to add an extended hose or use a backpack sprayer in that instance. This can be reeled off the trailer, long distances, parked. You get an 80-foot diameter, 40 feet in each direction. You can increase your hose length. It's very versatile. We also have a battery adaptation. You get twice the battery capacity in 35 lawns if you want, 204,000 square feet. And you want to do it in a time period which is professionally efficient, because everybody that's in business knows that time is money. And if time is money, you don't want employees or associates in your business taking 45 minutes or an hour to complete a job when you know as a business owner you could do it in 2 or 3 minutes. And so it's a no-brainer at $12.99 right now to go with a product like this, which is going to take your lawn care time per job that you do and bring it down to 3-4 minutes, maybe even under that if you're efficient and you get a handle on the machine.
All right, William. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate having you.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope the demo was informative and I hit all the points that you wanted answered.
It was very informative. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.